Alright, take two. Hello, everybody. We're starting out here with a little bit of Minecraft. These are villagers that I brought into this here little world so I could get an idea of how they look. Then I can use these to create them in the parks. They're not perfectly like these, but they're pretty close. I thought I did a pretty good job. So let's go through the portal and see if we can end up at Grizzles Den. Hello, everybody, and welcome again. We're working on Grizzles Den, which is the park I'm making for some of the adventures, some of the different things I've played in these different games. And one game me and my wife played a lot was Minecraft. I'm still playing. I still got 3 worlds now with the 3 different characters I've created: Daubers, Katie Witch, and Sergeant Bones. So I have 3 worlds with them in it, pretty much looking similar to the characters I have created in this park here. So what I did is I went in and I got 3 different villagers I have taken and put them in behind some glass as a museum type thing, so I could see what they look like and use that screenshot. So, and then I go back and forth between that and building them here, so I get a good idea what they're supposed to look like. And they're not perfectly exactly like what's not too close. I mean, I can do different things with them now. I can create different villagers. I have a couple more characters I need to create. I like to create the witch. That's where I started Katie Witch from. I was able to bring in a skin that looks similar to the witch, Minecraft witch that they have, the character. So I was trying, and that's kind of where I came up with this here Katie Witch. Playing around in the dressing room where you can go in and you can change the look of your characters. You can have up to 5 different characters, I think, that you can rotate through and bring them in and use them. I've got 2. I got one for Gwinn, which is one our cat, and the other cat we have is Jazz. So I have 2 characters I created using Gwinn and Jazz, along with Sergeant Bones, Katie Witch, and Daubers. I have them in the park here. I've created them, and so I thought I'd do the villagers. And so I need to do a witch, because witches are in the game and they can be devastating. They can do some, and they're hard to take down. So, but like I said, I created Katie Witch, which is a good witch. She's not a bad witch, and she likes to bake, and like I said, she bakes cookies. So we have a cookie shop for Katie Witch and her cookies. They're magically delicious. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to use that. That's for a cereal. I don't know if there'd be copyright on that anymore. They're magically delicious, and guess she uses loving magic when she bakes her cookies. She puts the love in them, and she loves kids. That's where she got started baking cookies for kids instead of baking the kids for the cookies. That's on Grezzel, I do believe. So I didn't want to do that. So she's a good witch. She grew up with Daubers. The 2 were grew up as children together, going to school, learning to be wizards and witches, learning how to, and that's where she learned to cook. You know, she went to school, she learned to cook, she learned to use the magic, and she learned magic ingredients to help make her cookies delicious. And that's where I created her. I created Sergeant Bones playing World of Warships, World of Tanks, because I have a tendency to get them blowing up, and some of my ships sunk, some of my tanks got blown up, had a turret blowing off it. Well, then I have Sergeant Bones take the tank or the ship and shrink it down to model size. Then he goes in and he paints them, he fixes them, and he weathers them like you would a model. And then when he's all done, he magically puts them up there, enlarges to full size, puts the tanks in the garage, puts the ships out in the port, and get ready for another adventure of World of Warships or tanks. That's where Sergeant Bones came from. I do have on PlayStation bedroom. I do have the compound for Sergeant Bone and Katie Witch and all that. But I've been having trouble with the PlayStation 4 trying to get it to. I hear some 4-wheelers going. They'll probably be going all night. But so I lost my train of thought. So that's what this is all about right now. I've created Daubers. I created Kitty Witch. I've created the Creeper. I have the skeleton. Plus I have Sergeant Bones. And then I needed the villager, so I went in and I started building them. And the nice thing about Planet Coaster 2 is that you can change the size of the blocks. So you can actually make them to actual scale size, what would be the guests or customers, or you can enlarge them to make some really large ones, and then you can use the animation tools to actually animate them. And right now I'm trying to create another hat, so I thought I could do it this way, but then I decided, go get that flat piece, that works better. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm building a hat, and that way I have two different types of villagers with two different types of hats, and I have one villager but that has no hat. And see, I can go and I can change the color of their shirts and stuff too, so that's why I have this one with the red shirt on, because in the game the different colored villagers represent different jobs and stuff they do. One might be a shopkeeper, one might be a blacksmith, and they're different roles that they play, that you go to them to get different things to create stuff from your menus and stuff like that. So you can sell stuff to them too, I do believe. But that's the reason you interact with the villagers, and they're usually in a village or somewhere when you come upon them. And so I recreated them. They're looking pretty good. Oh, give me a second. I want to do a script clip real quick. I'll be right back. And he's not exactly Minecraft, but I could use him as Daubers. Alright, this one is take 2 at this part. What I've done is I did a script clip using Mr. Voiceover, and we slid that down to the end, and just checking to make sure that the music's going, volume's good, transitions are good. I got a good layout. I'm using the comic book layout to go with the like my ELAstudio and Sons, and that's why I use comic book theme, because it goes with that a little bit. And this here is Grezzel. He's one of my actors, one of my entertainers, along with the other wizard. And he doesn't really, he's not as skilled as I'd like him to be Daubers, but you know what? He's a live entertainer that goes with the theme. of the park. And here's my Katie Witch cookies. Like I said, I've created that stall. And now I'm using the different characters that I've created throughout the park to give it that Minecraft look. So this is my park that I just used to create ideas, to build things. And I have all three of the villagers. I got them saved on my clipboard there. So you can go to the workbench and the workshop, and I have them in there, and I can bring them in and use them. Then I can change the color of the shirts and stuff like that to give them different looks. These are the little villagers I've created. And I need to create the witch. There's a couple different other characters too that I think a zombie maybe. I can create one of those or something else on that order. But for right now, we're doing pretty good. I can do work on the castle, building that in the other park, and from that point on, we'll see what we can do. Thank you for watching. Alright, thanks a lot there, Mr. Voiceover. Did it and slid it down. Script, clip, cut, print, post. Put it in the can and on the shelf. From ELAstudio on social at OelGrez, Gwinn, and Jazz. Thank you for watching, and thank you for following, and thank you for liking. Okay, this script cut is done. We can move this one down to the end.